Happiest of Fridays, and welcome to another edition of 5 Horror Movie Fun Facts starring me. And today's movie is for the special effects girlies out there like myself. So let's get into it. Today's movie, Hollow Man, 2000. Fun fact number 1. So as I mentioned, the special effects are kind of the show out of this film. I got to keep in mind this movie is about 25 years old, and this is kind of, I don't want to say the birth, but kind of the adolescence of CGI, especially surrounding Kevin Bacon's form, as you can see. And this scene might look like it was they just put in a computerized skeleton that morphed backwards, but it was a little more complicated than that. The latex suit that Kevin Bacon wears when he's invisible, he was pretty much in a latex suit for 80% of this movie. So basically, for the scenes where Kevin Bacon was invisible, he had to wear a latex bodysuit from head to toe. This bodysuit, he also had to wear special contact lenses and a special dental plate that would show up on a green screen like this. This is a candid shot of him during a birthday party that they had for one of his kids during the making of the film. This is what he looked like for 80% of the movie behind the scenes. Now, the interesting thing is that anytime they had to do something with him, other than him being invisible, they had to basically make a digital clone of him with it's hard to explain. Okay, let me give you an example. Okay, so like this shot is a digital representation of all of his muscles and tendons and everything for this shot. It is literally a clone of Kevin Bacon acting, only they just made him up, as it were. Now to do this, they scanned his entire body, if you know what I mean. From head to toe, every crack, every crevice, everything, okay? They scanned it all into a computer and basically layered that on top of Kevin Bacon's performance. Now, the interesting thing is that this technique that they used ended up scoring them a nomination for an Academy Award. They lost out to Gladiator that year, which is a good movie, but that's a discussion for another time. The way the Oscars do their whole thing is a discussion for another video. But also that technique, that whole 3D model thing was donated to science for use for medical uses. So yes, Kevin Bacon is one of the few people on earth who had his body donated to science while he's still alive, in a way. Fun fact number 2, Kevin Bacon thought that this part would be, for lack of a better word, easy. He reportedly thought that he wouldn't need to be on set because this is a story about an invisible man. He was wrong. He reportedly said that this movie was one of the most physically demanding that he had ever done. Fun fact number 3. Okay, so the scene where the neighbor is essayed by our protagonist as he's completely invisible, that was kind of a point of, I don't want to say contention. For Paul Verhoeven, that for him was a turning point, he felt, for the audience. Like, the whole idea is that you go through all of this stuff with this character and you watch how things go from kind of mischievous to a little questionable to downright evil. On the subject, he said, and I quote, "At what point do you abandon him? I'm thinking when the woman would probably be the moment when people decide this is not exactly my type of hero, though I must say a lot of viewers follow him further than you would expect." Which, for 25 years ago, yeah, I see that. This is not a scene, a lot actually before this scene, a lot that happens, I feel like would not have played well at all in today's society. Anyway, fun fact number 4. We get a clue as to how the serum makes you go kind of psychotic around this point in the film. By the way, this is a man in a gorilla suit, in case you couldn't tell. But yeah, gorillas are traditionally herbivores. They don't eat meat. And yet, the gorilla, while they're invisible, very messily consumes a rodent. We love foreshadowing in this house. I can dig it. And finally, fun fact number 5. So the climactic elevator scene actually involved the construction of 4 different elevator shafts. One of them is the ceiling shot there where the elevator is going up and down the shaft. Another is when the whole thing goes kaboom. That's mostly green screen. One where the elevator is actually moving past Linda while she's stuck and being attacked by Sebastian. And lastly, this one, which was actually mostly green screen. This is right before she pushes him off and tells him to kick rocks. And that is it for this week's 5 horror movie fun facts. Join me again next week when I shall have another. Okay, bye.